In this episode of Fictional Hangover, we talk about She Sells Seashells by the Seashore, how honey is really flammable, turning socks into salads, our passion for pizza, and ranch dressing, in our discussion of Tattoo by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. In bed.
And it begins.
Ta-ta. Ta-ta.
Ta-ta.
Ta-ta.
Ta-ta.
Hey everybody, welcome to Fictional Hangover. I can't do it.
Well, we'll maintain this voice.
Oh my god.
Tats.
Hey everybody, welcome to Fictional Hangover, a podcast about young adult and new adult, and sometimes other books, series, authors, voice actors, and illustrators that is full of spoilers. I'm Amanda.
I'm Superfan Constance.
And I'm Claire. And today we're going to discuss Ta-ta, or
Ta-ta.
Tattoo, by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Ta-ta.
Ta-ta. Standard disclaimer. If you haven't read this book, please remember that Fictional Hangover is all about spoilers. If you haven't read or listened and don't want to be spoiled, stop listening to us and go read or listen to the book. Then come back. If you haven't done this but want to pretend that you have, or if you don't care about spoilers, or if you just like the show so much that you don't care about any of that, then listen up. Ta-ta.
Also, standard disclaimer, we're really sorry about the amount of times we go, Ta-ta.
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 It's gonna happen so many times.
Oh my god. Just ta-ta.
Oh, so it's very exciting that we are joined this week by Superfan Constance. It has been like a
good
year
minute.
and a half since you've been on the show, so it's about time
I
you
had to
came
wait
back.
for something special
It's
to
true.
bring me back.
And it was
I mean, I was going to
Ta-ta.
say, you know, work and
Ta-ta.
stuff as well.
No, not work and stuff, only waiting for Ta-ta.
Ta-ta?
Yes.
That's like a sickness. One person says it and the rest of us have to.
I know.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's like the seagulls from Finding Nemo. Mine, ta-ta, ta-ta.
Ta-ta. Ta-ta.
What
Ta-ta.
is more irritating? Ta-ta? Mine?
Ta-ta.
Is this our background information, by the way?
No,
Oh, okay.
but I thought, you know, since Superfan Constance has been our superfan for the longest and has been on the show probably the most times of everyone else, she should do background info this time. She should just do, like, everything. Ready, go.
And I am happy to.
Yay!
I looked up from this interview back in the day. This was around when, right before even Ta-ta came out. It was her second published book after her debut, Golden. And I thought this was appropriate due to the Would You Rather question. In an interview by Slayground with Jennifer Lynn Barnes on LiveJournal before the release of Tattoo, she asked, if you could have any special power, what would you pick and why?
Yeah, you gotta say that word.
God dang it. Transmogrification. Transmogrification. The ability to change anything into anything else just by waving your hand over it. Clearly, this would come in handy. It basically gives you the ability to have whatever you want at your fingertips at any given moment. Plus, if you assume that a transmographer can also transmogrify himself, herself, then you're also talking about the ability to morph a la Mystique in X-Men. How cool is that?
I
To
love
answer
it.
your question, Jennifer, that would be very cool.
That would be
I was
really cool.
looking at the X-Men for images for the Would You Rather, but I thought we've only just used freaking X-Men, and we always use
We always
freaking
use
X-Men
X-Men.
whenever we do powers, because it's the easiest thing in the world, and avoided using X-Men. So now I wish I had used X-Men, but I didn't have the background information then. God damn it.
It's fine because we also used a ta-ta in
We did use
our
a
Would You
ta-ta,
Rather
and it was a
image.
temporary ta-ta.
Temporary
Yeah.
ta-ta.
Ta-ta.
Speaking of temporary tatas, I just want to hop in here for a second and show this to everyone who is on our Patreon. Check your mail because you'll be getting a Fictional Hangover temporary tata.
Hell yeah.
If you are part of our Patreon. And if you're not part of our Patreon, you should join our Patreon because we like to send treasures sometimes.
UK
Yes,
Patreon
it's very
members will
fun.
get it a little bit later due to
Yeah, sorry.
meal.
Post takes a long time to the UK. But
you are
everyone
going to
will
get
get
it.
them. Yes.
Yes.
Hershey
Eventually.
snail mail.
Curses.
But that means I get
Blue
mine before you
Atlantic
care.
Ocean.
So, what are our initial thoughts for this one?
Well, I read this way back in the day in high school, or maybe even middle school. I can't remember. It was that far back. But I remember thinking it was so cute. It was so much fun. And I love the friendship dynamic and how it wasn't too centered around a boy. And there was a little sprinkle of boy obsession in there.
Yes, a
But
slight amount.
yeah, but their main focus was just saving the day, making Gucci socks, and just having fun.
I also read this one a long time ago. It was not right when it came out. It was a couple years after it came out, and I definitely was not in middle school. As when you said that, I threw up in my mouth a little bit. But I remember reading this one just like a couple of years after it came out, and I gave it a really low rating on Goodreads, but I must have been going through some weird pretentious phase at the time, because now reading it again, I was like, this book is so much fun. Why would I have rated it so low? It's fantastic. I love it.
It's a delightful ride.
Yes. Claire did not
What
read
about
this
you?
book when she was in middle school.
No. When I was in middle school, R.L. Stein was at his height.
Same
In
these.
2007, I had 2 degrees, was working full time, just got my first car, and that was paid off. And I had a mortgage.
Yeah,
So-
same. Mortgage, marriage, degrees, grown-upness.
Yeah,
It's a word.
being grown up. Yeah. I was adulting back in 2007. Whoa.
Oh, this was 2007? Then yeah, I was a teenager. Would have been high school. Yeah.
Okay, that's better
I'm
than
not
middle school.
Still,
It's better.
I still want to be sick. I'm such a young little pup.
Yes.
I was 17. I tried.
Oh my god, I'm so old.
Tiny, tiny baby Constance.
Mhm.
So you're
Suddenly turned into the old woman from Titanic.
yeah. So you're late to the party with this
I'm
one.
late to the party.
Claire?
I did not read it when it came out. Jennifer Lynn Barnes is not a big name over in the UK. I couldn't get this. Could I get this?
Really?
She's
Something like
huge now. Like
Yeah.
inheritance games. It's like she's
Yeah.
Golden.
Not
The Natural,
Tattoo isn't though. It's not one of the big ones.
Little White
so
Lies.
that one's really difficult to get over here. So yeah, never really. First time I've ever read Jennifer Lynn Barnes.
I never realized that how many of her books I had until I reorganized my bookshelves recently, and I'm just like, I never realized how many of her books I had. I have a whole thing for like a section. I mean, it's no PC cast size.
I was about to
because
say, is it PC cast?
it's not to her degree, but it's more than 5. So I'm just like, oh, okay,
That's a lot. That's a lot of books.
yeah.
Okay.
I have a book
shall
problem.
I think we all do.
Yeah.
I
Shall
got
we-
a book problem. I have a
requirement.
bookshelf problem. Yeah.
Shall we get started?
God, I still more.
Shall we dig into the summary?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go and get our tattoos.
Let's get our tattoos. Okay.
Friendship tattoo. High five.
Let's go to the mall. Bailey
Yeah.
and her best friends, Zoe, Delia, and Annabelle, are chilling at the mall, looking for the best accessories to wear to the school dance. Delia is the fashionable one. Annabelle is the practical one. Zoe is the tomboyish one. And Bailey is the klutzy one. But somehow, they've been besties for forever. After Delia buys fingernail polish, Zoe wants to go to the food court, but clumsy Bailey trips into a kiosk. Luckily, dreamy dreamboat Kane helps her up off the floor while his friends talk to her friends. When Kane and the other boys leave with an ambiguous See you later. The woman who works at the kiosk approaches the girls.
The kiosk woman, aka 1-800 creepy sales lady, has piercing blue eyes and a mysterious selling ability. She selects the perfect accessories for Delia, a black and white choker. I remember those days. I remember the days of chokers.
Same.
Azul, a purple crystal on a gold chain, and Annabelle, a dark silver barrette. But she makes Bailey choose for herself. After knocking a bunch of stuff all over the place in true Klutz fashion, something calls to Bailey. Temporary tattoos. Tattoos?
Tattoos.
And she hears she. Blue, blood green, echo through her mind. Where it is.
Oh my god.
Delia calls dibs on one of the 4 tattoos, even though they're Bailey's, and then the friends finally go to the food court.
After a meal that probably includes chili dogs and bacon cheeseburgers, yum, the girls go to a shop to try on outfits for the dance. Delia picks out a midriff revealing outfits for her and Bailey, and a strappy black dress for So, even though she'd rather wear workout gear. And Annabelle chooses her own practical, long-skirted outfit. Clothing decided, they then pick tattoos and where they're going to place them for the 3 days that are meant to last. Perfect timing for the dance on Monday.
Delia puts hers on first, near her belly button, and it somehow doesn't require water or anything.
Magic.
It's magic to Tez. Bailey feels weird and hears weird voices and sees weird colors, and everything gets worse when her tattoo is put on her lower back. Voices in her head say, to fight, to live, we 2 of 3 bestow this gift, to see, to feel, to stand upon the ancient seal, to know, to feed, to change, she. From earth she comes, from air she breathes, from water her prison, beneath the seas. Fire, burn, desire, bleed, as we will, so mote it be. And then she blacks out.
Womp womp. Bailey imagines, fantasizes, prophesizes herself at the dance with Kane, and as they sway back and forth in tune, awkward, slow dance style, he tells her hair is beautiful like moonlight. Seriously? Her hair is blondish brown and not moonlighty at all. But wait. Yes, it is. It's silver. Kane disappears and Bailey wakes up. Her friends are all around and she asks them if they felt anything weird when they put on their tattoos. But they say they didn't, so she has to pretend she didn't either. It's fine.
Yeah, totally. Me too. I didn't
Totally.
feel
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
at all. Oh my god.
No. Oh, okay. They decide to change out of the clothes they're going to buy for the dance and then get some ice cream because it will probably help. Ice cream always helps unless it's indigestion.
Yeah.
Even then, I'd probably still do it. It would still probably help me.
Don't do it. Fictional Hangover PSA, do not have ice cream when you've got indigestion. Listen to that, Constance.
I'll try to resist. Before they can get out of the store, So complains about her strappy black dress. But then she says, it's not as ugly as a lime green corduroy miniskirt. But then, it may be a coincidence, the friends group's nemesis, Alex, shows up asking the shop worker about size 2 hot pants. No, but she's wearing a lime green corduroy miniskirt. They get into a fight with the mean girl who has nasty things to say about each of them. But then Bailey hears the last words of that weird chant she heard when she put her tattoo on. Fire, burn, desire, bleed, coursing through her head. And all of a sudden, Alex's shoe erupts in flames. Bailey's tattoo feels hot to the touch too. So puts the fire out. Annabella asks if Alex is okay, and then they lead them all without ice cream.
Ah.
She comes to fight, to live. It has begun. What does that mean? Who is she?
What does this mean? As the girls walk home from the mall, Bailey thinks about the lines she's been hearing and the fact that she just maybe set someone on fire. And Annabelle responds to her thoughts. Everyone is puzzled because Annabelle thought Bailey was speaking aloud, but no. She read her mind. She is psychic.
Ooh.
When they get to Bailey's house, they try to figure out their powers and how they obviously came from the tattoos. It's lucky Annabelle is really smart and now psychic because she's able to work out a lot of confusing things without them needing to be said aloud. Delia isn't paying attention but daydreaming about her mango mermaid nail polish when it suddenly changes colors. She can transmogrify things!
Ooh.
Yes,
What does that
Sergeant
mean?
enjoyed the work.
What does that mean? And can she say it?
She cannot say it, but it means she can turn something into something else. It makes her a little dizzy to change a gum wrapper into a pair of Chanel socks. And Zoe, still trying to figure out what her power is, warns Delia that Bailey's mom is probably going to come in thinking she's sick. And then she does.
Ooh.
Zoe can see the future.
Ooh.
They decide they have to go back to the mall the next day and talk to 1-800-CREEPY-SALESLADY.
That night, everyone sleeps over at Bailey's, but unlike their regular sleepovers, Bailey isn't the first to fall asleep, afraid she's going to unintentionally erupt in flames and burn the house down. That's very cautious of her. I applaud Bailey for that. Of course, in trying not to fall asleep, she does immediately. And has a dream featuring a waterfall and a stone floor and two super hot immortals, a deer who has red and black hair, and Pelagius who has blue and black hair, who tell her that they're going to need help to protect the seal with a capital S. Not confusing at all. They are she, and maybe Bailey is too. She keeps thinking about blood of she, and they tell her she's always known all this stuff. She wakes and tells Annabelle about the dream, hoping that she can just psychic from her mind. But it doesn't seem to be how her powers work. Bailey writes everything down for Annabelle to study and then has another dream with the moonlight hair and Kane at the dance, in which he tells her he's always known her before disappearing.
The next day, they get up and start walking to the mall. Combining all their permits does not equal one driver's license, sadly, and they point blank refuse to use the one that Delia transmogrified. So they set out on foot. What's the point in living within walking distance of the mall if you don't walk there? While they walk, Bailey tells them all about her dream, which they take pretty well. But then Kane rolls up next to them in his SUV while Bailey is a mess of hair from goofing around with Zoe. He offers them a ride to the mall, and the friends make Bailey sit in the front because they all know she hearts Kane. Delia asks him if he's going to the dance, and when he says yes, she says Bailey is going too, which is a little awkward and on the nose, but whatever, it works. As he drops them off, he asks Bailey to save him a dance.
Oh my god. Unfortunately, the creepy kiosk is closed in preparation for Mabon, that's weird. I don't even know what that is. What is that word? Annabelle suggests... Yeah. Annabelle suggests Bailey touch her tattoo while they stand at the kiosk, and she hears the voices of Adea and Valgius again, saying, "She comes, but this time she's angry and vengeful, and also our lives, your fight, both worlds." That doesn't sound good.
Nope.
At all.
No.
Annabelle suggests Bailey touch stuff at the kiosk, and when she touches the Mabon sign, she gets the same "she comes" stuff. Zoe tries, and when she touches the sign, her eyes roll back and her face starts glowing. She sees a vision of a girl on an 11th floor balcony who is singing a creepy song while staring at nothing. Then her eyes glow blue, and she leaves her body, which topples to the ground below. They determine that since Zoe can see the future, this hasn't happened yet. Luckily, there are only 2 hotels in the area with balconies that are that high up. They rush to the nearest one to hopefully stop this girl from plummeting to her death. Fingers
Pick the right
crossed!
hotel. Hopefully. They pick the right hotel, and after transmogrifying Locks into pudding multiple times, they make it into the girl's room and find her on the balcony. They try to get her back inside, but she won't budge. She starts humming, and Bailey hears two voices coming from her, kind of like how Adia and Velagius talk to her. Then she sees weird tentacly strands of something forming a net and pulling out her soul. Ooh. Bailey gets mad and sets the tentacles on fire, which is great because they snap. But then the girl starts screaming, because she's on fire. Bad. Delia changes the fire into honey, which coats the girl, and which we have a fact to share for you later. She screams even more now because being coated in randomly appearing honey is also terrible. But Annabelle is able to mind control her. She tells her to get cleaned up so they can talk. Like a hypnotised zombie, she repeats her orders and does as she is told. Bailey touches her tattoo and hears that they are safe, but then she receives another warning not to go out after dark because they will be only protected with the day in majority. She will find them and destroy them. Yikes.
Yikes.
Yikes. What the hell?
Yeah. The girl gets cleaned up and comes out of the bathroom questioning everything that just happened. Yeah. But Annabelle mind powers her enough so she won't ask too many questions, and also learns about her and why she's in town. The girl Amber is in town for a weird new agey sort of conference with her mom, but she's worried because she broke a circle, which Bailey thinks consists of a beach volleyball players because that's who Amber seemed to be looking at from the balcony. Annabelle tells Amber she should apologize to the circle and that things will be okay after that. Amber then asks about their tattoos and thinks that they look kind of like a language. So Annabelle decides they're going to the university linguistics department to ask for help, leaving Amber behind. They head to the bus station and Bailey mentions the last warning she got, not being out after dark. It's late afternoon, so they'd better hurry.
After a quick chat with Annabelle's mom, they go to see a bearded old man professor of ancient languages, Lionel. He determines that Bailey and Annabelle's tattoos are pictograms, maybe of a sun and moon, but those could represent anything. That Delia's is probably a symbol too, but Zoe's doesn't look like it belongs, and it might be a combination of letters in different languages. Lionel takes a phone call while the girls begin looking through the hundreds of books he has. Annabelle finally finds her symbol and learns it is Druidic. Lionel rejoins them and, after the Druidic discovery, knows a colleague he can contact. He sends the girls home and will contact them the next day if he learns anything. A touch to Bailey's tattoo gives her another message of getting home after dark, and that the she who is after them is she. Duh! Pretty much we already figured that out.
Yeah.
I mean, you keep saying she.
Yeah, she, and this is S-I-D-H-E, she, everyone. It's hard to determine that just listening. S-I-D-H-E.
It's not the feminine she, it is the fairy she.
It's the fairy she.
Bloody fairies. Anywho, they decide to spend that night at Zoe's house, where they order pizza, and Annabelle uses the computer to look up information about the she, and Adia and Velagius. She learns that the she are fairies, which we've just been complaining about, and that some thought they were fairy warriors, and that Adia and Velagius might have cast a spell on them to give them their powers. She also learns that the New Agey conference that Amber and her mother are in town for is called Daughters of Adia, and they see Annabelle's tattoo symbol on the website. Looks like they'll be going back to the hotel tomorrow, but now it's time for pizza. Or in Delia's case, pizza transmogrified into salad. Why?
No.
I love it. I appreciate it.
No!
I love it.
No.
Good if you have allergies and stuff, turn the thing that hurts you into something you can't eat. But why a salad?
No, I dispute that. I dispute that.
delicious.
You do not know that how long or the extent of the powers of the transmogrification. If you turn a peanut into something, into an apple, and you're allergic to peanuts and still eat it, it could still have the peanut effect. These are
don't think
untested,
so.
untried, and unknown powers. You don't know.
I don't
to
know
the
that.
extent.
Based off
I
of
wouldn't-
earlier
don't
in
try
the
it.
in the background information, she clearly states it transforms one thing 100% fully into another thing. So
I think
that
you're
is-
on dangerous ground, and I think, especially, allergies, don't
Let's
try it.
let's
Just don't
not
try
mess with allergens.
it. Exactly.
yes, agreed. Just saying though. Bailey dreams of Adia and Valgius that night, and Valgius is hurt. They haven't been true warriors in a very long time, but she is coming. And she wants to use humans as her playthings. And she already knows Bailey. She might not know that Bailey has powers or that she's with Adia and Valgius and the seal, but she knows her, which seems really bad. Bailey cries and Adia uses her tears to protect the seal. And then they tell Bailey that she is called Aleka and that there is power in a name. So yay, we don't have to call her she anymore.
Yay! Yay!
Oh my god.
All the good pizzas in the world. None of the salads.
I'm glad we're thanking pizza.
Yes.
Bailey wakes and immediately writes the name down and notices a cut on her arm. So wakes up too and assumes what appears to be a guardian position over her friends. When Bailey goes back to sleep, she has a Kane dream again. He kisses the cut on her arm and it feels better. But just as they're about to kiss, he disappears and Bailey wakes up. It's time to go to the hotel now.
There, they realize that the new AG group doesn't really know anything, particularly about Adia, thinking that Adia is an acronym for A Dawn Ever Always, which doesn't even
Right.
make sense.
I freaking hate acronyms. Acronyms cause more harm than good. I'm putting it out there right now.
I would
Unless
just,
it's clever. Unless it's clever. I love a good
unless,
clever acronym.
unless, friends, it is Tit Soak from Twilight.
That's fine. That soak is the only acceptable. But in my world, in my paid world, it's acronyms all the freaking time. It makes no sense. I don't understand any conversation. They cause more harm than good.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm getting off my soapbox. There you go.
As they're about to leave, they are approached by a woman called Kiri, who does know what she's talking about. She takes the
Yay!
girls to her room, reveals that she has psychic abilities like Annabelle, and tells them that Adia, Valgius, and Aleka are the Fates, and they represent life, birth, and death. When Bailey realizes this, she blacks out.
What's wrong with these scissors?
She needs to get herself together. Stop blacking out every time you gain information. We'll be here all day.
She passes out an awful lot.
Yeah.
It can't be good.
No, I mean, as somebody who Amanda knows I have a history of, passing out on occasion. It's crap. She needs to get medical help.
She does. She needs
I'm
attention.
worried for her.
She needs
We only
medical
got 3
attention.
days for this stuff.
I
we
mean,
don't have time
I
for
think
it.
maybe she needs to carry a Mars bar with her. I think her blood sugar might be going a bit lower as well.
Might be.
Maybe.
Okay. Anywho, we're very worried about her. Bailey sees Adia and villagers making out and being caught by Aleka. She seems pissed because they're supposed to be a trio, but a trio can't work well if 2 of the 3 are in love with each other. She pretty much tells them that she's going to destroy everyone and everything because she knows everything about humans while they only know about each other. They plead with her that they're still a trio, but she's like, nah dog. She recreates the chant from the beginning, changing it to be more violent and scary, which we love.
It's so great.
But, yikes.
Bailey wakes up and explains what she just saw, which excites Delia because they're basically caught in the middle of a fairy soap opera. Bailey is ready for this all to be just over because she's over blacking out. She's just done. So it's
Fair.
a good
Very fair.
So it's a good thing that the tattoos are temporary. But Kiri questions that. She looks at the tattoos and realizes that they are made with she blood, which is green, like all the chanting has been telling them. But Bailey hears the tattoo calling her before they put them on. Kiri thinks Bailey is a descendant of the she, which explains her dual-colored hair. Bailey thinks about Adia and Valgius's hair being red and black and blue and black, and Aleka's, which she remembers as silver and blonde. Okay, great. She's part fairy. And they're all stuck in the middle of a love triangle. What's next?
Bailey starts writing down her dream while Kiri examines the tattoos. Annabelle takes the barrette she got from the sales lady from her hair so Kiri can see the tattoo she put on her neck better, and suddenly they can hear each other's thoughts, which they were unable to do before. Aha! The perfect accessories 1-800-CREEPY sales lady gave them enhance their tattoo powers. Kiri gives Zoe a crystal on a string, kind of like the one that she got from the lady, and determines that Zoe, in addition to seeing the future, can also scry to find the location of things, and the crystal, when used over a map, will show her the way. They test it by asking where the hot guys are. Oh my god. And then,
boys.
specifically, where's Kane? Because he's the hottest of the hotties. Zoe sees that he's at the school. Then she has a vision of the school dance. Aleka is there, and she's draining the lives of the students who crumple to the ground. They've got to stop her. While they're discussing the dance, Annabelle gets a call from Lionel, who tells them that he thinks their tattoo symbols are a prophecy.
Ooh, yes. They go see Lionel, who has spent most of the time since they last saw him with transparencies of their tattoos, combining and recombining them into sentences made in ancient languages. He really should be marking the students' work, but you know, that's just me.
Nah.
He's not sure. He's not sure of the exact meaning, but he's decided that with various combinations, the tattoos mean something about life, death, souls, a battle, a spider, and the end. To ease the extreme stressful tension, the girls joke about adding in bed to the end of the fortune cookies, making the horrible weird combinations end in silly phrases. As dark approaches and they're about to go home, Zoe has another premonition. She sees a little boy in a bathtub stare off at nothing on the ceiling, like Amber. And then he starts humming like Amber. Then he drowns himself. Zoe needs a map so they can find the boy before he dies. Ooh.
Even though Delia changes their shoes into rollerblades, they don't make it in time to save the boy. So has another vision, and Bailey touches her, causing her to join in. They see Aleka in the ceiling, spinning a web of tentacles that pull out the boy's soul. Well, at least now the prophecy makes more sense. Aleka is a soul spider, and she's eating children's souls to become more powerful so she can end the battle between herself and Adia and Valgius. In bed? No. It's not the time for that joke. No. Serious. They all
Always a time for that joke.
They all go home to prepare for the next day. They have to stop Aleka from stealing the souls of their classmates at the dance.
The next morning, Bailey takes a shower and gets ready for school. As the water hits her tattoo, she gets a zap and a final message from Medea and Valgius. Time runs thin. Blood runs thin. She realizes that they're going to have the powers as long as they have the tattoos, and their tattoos are only good for 3 days. On the bus, they talk about using their gifts to defeat Aleka. Maybe Annabelle can use her mind control while Bailey circles her in fire. Then Zoe can scry for a weakness, and Delia can transmogrify a weapon. It seems like a good plan, but then Annabelle remembers a line that Bailey told them about being protected while the day is in majority. Today, the last day of their tattoos, is Mabon, the solstice. The last day that daylight will last longer than night. The power between good and evil is shifting in Aleka's favor. They've got to stop her before the dance, before she can take over, before she destroys the world in bed.
That would be fun, to destroy the world while just laying in bed and just like wave a hand. World is destroyed. Yeah, I can sleep longer.
Yeah.
Oh, naps.
Naps can destroy
Naps.
the world. No.
Bailey gets pulled out of her trig class to the gym to assist the dance committee. What? When she arrives, she sees the committee consists of Zoe, Delia, and Annabelle. So Annabelle mind controlled the principal, but it's fine because they have to figure out how to stop Aleka. Annabelle thinks that since together their tattoos symbolise life, death, and Adia and Aleka represent life and death, maybe their powers will overlap. They have to be prepared to stop Aleka at all costs, which means they have to find her. Zoe tries to scry using the crystal Kiri gave her, but it bounces all over the place and shatters against the wall. But then she pulls out the one she got from 1-800-CREEPY-SALESLADY, and it doesn't fly off and break. It must have magic like Annabelle's barrette. But what about Delia's choker?
As Bailey watches the crystal, she gets sucked into her cane dance dream. The same thing that happens every other time happens again. Her moonlight hair, hand-holding, awkward dancing, but this time they kiss. And then he says over and over again that he wants her. And she says she wants him, and then they start humming. Uh-oh. Dream Cane is Aleka!
Oh, no!
Luckily, Bailey is able to snap out of the tentacles before Aleka sucks out her soul. But when she does, all 4 of the girls are transported to the waterfall room with the seal.
Aleka is there, taunting them, especially Zoe, with what they want most. She'll be able to give them all whatever it is that they want. All she wants in return is their souls. Is that really too much to ask?
Cheap at twice the price.
She knows what it's like to be human, to be so full of desire for someone else, to truly love. But she also knows what it's like to have that ripped away. And now she wants everyone to suffer. Bailey remembers their half-baked plan from the bus, and Annabelle does too. She begins to distract Aleka because with the barrette, Aleka cannot read her mind. Then Bailey surrounds her with fire. Unfortunately, Aleka also has fire powers and fights back against Bailey. Then she chokes her and flings her across the room. Wah wah.
Bailey thinks to Annabelle that they need to keep Aleka on the seal because it will be able to stop her. Annabelle catches on and gets Zoe and Delia in on the plan too, and they mean girl her into distraction. Delia is especially good at this, commenting negatively on Aleka's hair while Zoe mocks her. Delia then pulls off her choker and throws it to Zoe, who throws it around Aleka's neck. The choker literally chokes Aleka, cutting into her throat, making her bleed into the seal, which crumbles beneath her feet and she disappears. Bye, bitch.
The friends rush to Bailey, who tells them it's not over. They've got to seal the seal. They pick her up and carry her to the seal, and then she begins the chant that she first heard with Adia and Falgius, but changes it to suit their needs. Annabelle catches on and pushes it into Zoe and Delia's minds, and soon they are all chanting, "To fight, to live. You 2 of 3 bestowed this gift. We see, we feel, we stand upon the ancient seal. From earth she came, from air she breathed, from deep within her hatred seethed. Fires burned, desires freed, and as we will, so mote it be." With the last line, and with Bailey's bluish-greenish blood dripping down on the seal, it closes up with bright rays of light.
With that, Bailey finds herself sitting on top of the ocean, none other than 1-800-CREEPY-SALESLADY there with her. She tells Bailey that everything that happened was set in motion years and years ago when Adia and Valgius had a child. She brought that child to this world where its line continued for generations and now sits right on the ocean with her. What? Bailey? Yes. 1-800-CREEPY-SALESLADY reveals that she set up the kiosk just for Bailey because she would be the one to set the world back in balance. She gave her friends their accessories to help them too, and now the world will right itself, even without Aleka. Bailey feels pretty proud of herself and her friends for vanquishing death, but 1-800-CREEPY-SALESLADY laughs and calls Bailey a foolish girl. Aleka was never the fate of death. She was the fate of life. How else would she have always known her? It sounded like Bailey's died a billion times.
Yeah.
After
That we know of. She does black out a lot.
That's true. She could have died every single time. After that, but before Bailey awakens from this dream, she asks 1-800-CREEPY-SOUNDS-LADY who she is. She says she's been known by many names: Poseidon, Neptune, Triton, but among the she is called Morgan. With that, Bailey wakes up.
And on that bombshell, the four friends sit on the floor of the gym while Bailey tells them what she just saw and who her great times 1,000 grandparents are. Delia wonders if that means she'll get to keep some of her powers. But speaking of powers, they only have a few hours left with theirs, so they need to use them to find hot guys.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the principal comes in. He is not a hot guy and far too old. But luckily, Annabelle still has her powers, so she tells the principal that they did a good job setting up the dance and they should go home for the rest of the day. He agrees. But Nemesis Alex, who just walked in, gets mad. She tells her to go back to class while Bailey and her friends leave the gym.
That night at the dance, Delia, Zoe, and Annabelle force Bailey to find Kane and dance with him. As they push her out on the dance floor, each girl feels her tattoo, and Bailey sees them disappear. But then she crashes right into Kane. They dance, and it's awkward and clumsy, but kind of cute. There are no desires and wanting, just two regular people dancing. Of course, Bailey trips again, and as Kane helps her up, he sees her tattoo and asks if it's real. Yes it is. Bailey hears Adia and Valgius in her head and knows something is different about herself. She rushes back to her friends and shows them the tattoo, which they notice is a mix of her original one plus Annabelle's. The combination they know from Lionel means life. Yep, she can read their thoughts. Bailey is now the third fate, the fate of life, in bed. I would love to have the fate of just life in bed.
That would be so nice. Life in bed all the time.
Girls.
Okay.
Florence Nightingale spent the last 11 years of her life in bed. She worked from bed, she took meetings in bed, everything. And she was a crazy cat lady.
Oh, love that.
Sounds like a dream.
Living the dream.
Created the pie chart, as well as, hygienic conditions in hospitals and the occupation of nursing.
Nice.
Fantastic. All in bed.
All in bed. Most of it in bed. Good chunk of it in bed.
Okay. Let's take a break for a moment, hear a promo from another podcast, and then we'll come right back. Everybody black out for a few minutes.
Oh, I hallucinate when I black out.
Oh,
it's not fun.
Oh, no.
Can I have a nap? I'll have a nap.
You can have a small nap.
Thank you.
In bed.
I'll have a power nap. A transmogrification power nap.
Fantastic.
Have you ever wondered what Tina Fey has in common with Jonathan Swift?
Or how Star Wars is connected to feudal Japan?
Or just how pervasive Shakespeare's influence still is? I'm Rhonda.
And I'm Erin.
And our show Pop DNA explores the literary and historical roots of your favorite pop culture works.
Like the Greek mythology and early 20th century feminism echoed in the film Wonder Woman.
Or the classic dystopian fiction and real-life political revolutions that informed the Hunger Games.
Every month, we bring you a deep dive discussion of a selected pop culture work,
featuring jokes no one will think are funny and literary references no one asked for.
Find us at thepopdna.blog.
Or anywhere you get your podcasts.
By the way, Shakespeare is bigger than Disney.
Are we all nice and awake now?
Not really.
No.
No.
Not at all.
No,
never.
To be honest.
Okay. Standout moments.
I have issues.
You have issues?
I have issues.
What are your issues?
My most unbelievable bit the bit that really I cannot suspend my belief in reality for, is Lionel the professor. How he just drops absolutely everything to help 4 high schoolers out.
Yeah.
But
He likes his puzzles.
No,
he
no, it wouldn't happen. It would not happen.
He
As a person who
likes-
works at a freaking university, I'm telling you right now, it would not happen.
he likes his puzzles, and he's
Even
friends
in
with
the
Annabelle's
2000s?
mom.
Nah, wouldn't happen.
In the early
Even if he's
2000s.
Even if he's a family friend, you don't think that would happen?
I don't think he would have time in his day, and then even that he's not going to give his services for free. But yeah, I don't honestly think he would have time in his day to go, oh yeah, just come by today, it's fine. He wouldn't. He'd be like, oh, can you come next week or something? He would not drop everything that day for 4 high schoolers to come and have a look at some patterns. Even
I
if
don't
he
know.
like puzzles.
Classes aren't that
I'm sorry,
popular.
you cannot argue. It's not going to change my mind. This is a statement of fact. It is the most unbelievable bit for the entire thing for me.
I think my standout moment is that 1-800 creepy sales lady is Poseidon, Lord of the Sea.
That's amazing.
The she. Heh. Heh heh.
That's amazing.
Both she.
She is she of the sea.
She is she from the sea.
Yes.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Oh, my other standout moment, that I was finally able to say the word transmogrification.
I'm very proud of you.
I am too.
I thought they were a good friend group, and I can't believe how much I disliked this book, how low I rated it the first time I read it, because it's so much fun. It's silly, it's ridiculous. It's obviously not meant to be taken 100% seriously. So I'm upset with myself. I'm upset with my pretentious self from 2012 or whenever it was that I read this book.
Maybe you just took it so seriously when you first read it and just like, you weren't in the right mindset.
I think you're right. I was with friends. I worked at a university library, and we were going to like a conference or something, and so we decided we were going to listen to this book on the way to the conference. And I think that just the combination of the 4 of us, I think we hate Reddit is what happened. and that's fine. But now reading it again, like it's so ridiculous. It's so funny.
I completely agree that it's ridiculous, and I completely agree it's funny. I enjoyed the high levels of sarcasm and, it self-awareness, but for me, it's a solid 3 out of 5 because it felt like a Libba Bray light. Like, if Libba Bray had this concept, I think she would have done, I don't know, it would have worked better for me. I can imagine if Libba Bray had written it, it kind of I would have enjoyed the story a little bit more. I also don't know, and I'm not putting this down your shoulders, either of your shoulders, if it was hyped up a bit too much. I think the concept and us talking about Tateo for so long might have overhyped it for us, and when I finally did read it, I was like, oh, it's not as fun as I was thinking it was going to be. It was fun and it was ridiculous, but I think, when you see a really good movie trailer and you're like, oh my god, I cannot wait to see this, but then you think, actually, I've probably just seen all the good bits when you come out the actual movie. I think that's it. It's like Zack Snyder's done a funny movie because he can't direct for Toffee, and I don't know, I just feel like if Libba Bray had this concept, I would have enjoyed the story a little bit more. But for what it was, I'm fine with it. For the 2007, very much a book of its time, I enjoyed it. And I really did enjoy the 4 friends and how diverse they were. It was nice to have 4 very different people, but very compatible and working together and being that nice core friendship group. It was lovely. I liked it. And there was a lot of points. Like, there's more points I like about this book than dislike about it. But, like, it was just It was okay. It was good. It was fine. It was fun. It was a fun afternoon. If you're going on a road trip, I think it would be a fun listen to. If you just pottering about the house, I think it would be a good listen to. But it wasn't like knock my transmogrified Chanel socks off. Possibly fairies, because we know how I just don't get fairy books. It just
I'm with
Same.
you there.
At least
I'm
it
not
wasn't like the high fae and like the Seelie and unseelie court. At least it wasn't that. If it had been Seelie and unseelie stuff, I would have just like, no,
This
I
was
can't
fairy
stand it.
light.
It
Like
is.
Bud Light. This is fairy light.
It's fairy light. Yes, it's Libba Bray light. It's fairy light.
Yeah. And I'm with you. If like Libba Bray had this, the book could have used more meat. Like, this is like a cute little just short one-off thing, but it had like the concept has potential to become like a really good series. Like, I would enjoy a really good series out of it.
It's just two, right? It's a duology.
Yeah.
yeah, there's another one called
originally-
Fate.
Yeah.
Yes. She originally meant for it to just be a single one-off book, and it was the same for her debut one. They were both supposed to be just one-off books, but her publishers, editors, I don't remember who, or I think they both did, they asked her to make a sequel for it, for both of them. And so she's like, can I? Yeah, I think I could do more. Yeah. And so she just whipped it up. It wasn't planned to it. I think if she planned to make it a duology from the get-go, I think we would have gotten more meat on it. It would have been a little more
Potentially.
substantial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're probably right.
I'm looking at the synopsis for Fate, the second one, and my worry is with it that it is actually going to be that fair. It's like this, the unseelie court, you know, the high fae, the low. You know, I've got a feeling it's going to be very much in
It's-
that kind
It's
of.
like what was that? The sequel to Poison Heart. It's kind of like how that was, where it did a tone shift.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
it does.
I
It
get
did
that
the
from the
ceiling and
synopsis.
unsealing.
I definitely get that from the synopsis, that it's going to be that tonal shift and that it's going to be too much of the Seelie and unseelie court. So
But they
I'm
don't really
reluctant to actually read the second one because I don't want to spoil Titale. Titale. Plus, you can't say Fate as fun as Titale.
No. Fat?
Fate.
It has
That-
its moments.
Fate. Nah.
Overall, no, but it has its moments. Though I will say even though it does go to the Seelie unseelie place, it barely touches it. Like it's pretty much just like you're either on this side or that side of the club. That's essentially all they use it for. It's barely. They just use it for like namesake.
Okay.
Just devil's advocate here. They barely use it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. I'll go over that more when we get to the book recommendations.
I really enjoyed the visions that Bailey had. Especially the one where she sees everyone just collapsing and dying at the dance. I was like, this is my kind of book. This is something that I really enjoy. So I liked that.
Visions of death and destruction.
Yes, it's exactly what I like.
I don't want visions of happy things.
No. And I also really love / hate the fortune cookie in bed joke.
I've done that since I was a middle schooler. Every
Right?
time. Every fortune cookie from Panda Express or just from Bobo's, just any Chinese food place, I get a fortune cookie and be like, there is a good friend coming your way in bed.
In bed. You always add in bed. That's like a dad joke.
Always.
I feel like
Always
we
add in
need
bed.
to, when we publish this episode on the book club, we need to do it. Fortune cookie in bed comment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Potentially the winner can get a tattoo.
Yes.
Mhm.
I love it.
Okay.
Let's see. What else?
Favorite character?
Yeah.
No, I want to bring back. No,
Oh.
I'm bringing back
Oh.
an argument.
Oh.
I'm bringing us back to a very important discussion, a very important argument.
Okay.
Why are you turning pizza into salad? You're wronging.
Yes, agreed. the hell? Why? No.
If you want a salad, order a freaking salad. Do you know how much pizza costs in comparison to a salad? Order the freaking salad. If you're paying for the pizza, do what you want. That's fine. But don't you change the pizza I've spent very hard-earned cash on turning it into a freaking salad. If you want a salad, I'll get it out my fridge. Don't turn the pizza into a salad.
Yeah,
You're wronging.
just grab that gumball wrapper and turn it into a salad. You don't need to do it to the pizza.
I mean, take the pizza slice and transmogrify the toppings into something that you would prefer. That's fine. In that case, we'll get a plain margarita and you can do it to everybody. You know, that would be brilliant. Imagine that. That would be, chef's kiss using the transmogrification powers. But turning it into salad? I'm insulted.
I'm with you. I agree.
Thank you, Constance. Thank you.
I'm going to refrain from speaking on this.
Because we're passionate about it.
Yes.
My only
Go ahead.
I'm for changing it because hey, people have dietary restrictions or they order something and it's not as good as it doesn't look as good as you think it will be, or it's just like transform it into something else. Or again, allergies or anything, transform it, but don't waste the pizza. If it's a good pizza, it's not bad. If it's not good, don't waste it. Just grab something else. You can transform anything into anything.
Go into the kitchen, get a boring slice of white bread with nothing on it, and then change that into the salad. If you did that, I will be all for it. I'll be like, yes, I want cucumbers, I want tomatoes, I want spinach, I want cress, I want, can you throw some olives in there? Because I do like the acidic in there. You know, throw it all in. But not pizza.
Can we talk about Delia's other transmogrifications for a minute? Step away
Why
from the
socks?
pizza? No.
Why socks?
No, my question is why'd she turn everything gooey?
I think she obviously, because Delia turned the pizza into salad, right? So she's obviously very body conscious. So she's depriving herself of pizza and pudding. So because she's turning all of the lox into pudding, she desperately needs a pudding. She needs to stuff a cake in her mouth.
She should
It'll
shove
solve
a
a
cake
lot
in
of
her
problems.
mouth. But I love that she turned the fire into honey and all the lox into pudding. And didn't she turn Aleka's fire later into like fruit punch? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I think
especially pointing out to something that we were talking about beforehand. Honey is, if in its purest form, is highly flammable. She did not help that girl. So even if it wasn't pure honey is still flammable. She did not help that girl.
Yeah,
she made more burns.
But she
created third-degree burns.
she changed the fire into honey. She did not set the honey on fire.
Okay.
It's two different things.
It's an instantaneous change, not like a slow change where like it slowly becomes honey and then the fire itself catches it on fire. No,
It's just a horrible circle of honey catching on fire, turning into honey, catching on fire.
But I also think Delia's not really great in a stressful situation. I think she's just like, pudding.
She's just, ta-ta, socks.
I think she just panics and goes to the first thing that comes into her mind is like, honey.
So
I'm surprised she didn't turn the
panic
principal into a
puddings.
hot guy or something, you know? She's
have.
like, pudding.
That's a living thing. I don't know if that counts.
I mean, if it's like the X-Men, as Jennifer Lynn Barnes said, you can change whatever. So change the principal into a hot guy, or flaming honey, or pudding.
A hot guy made of honey on fire.
Guy, yes, in bed.
In bed.
I would not like those sheets. Those poor sheets. That bedding.
So nasty. You need to change sheets afterwards.
Ugh, gross.
That's
Gross.
gonna be a pain.
Okay. Who's everybody's favorite character?
Probably
I
so.
love Annabelle.
Yeah.
And I like Annabelle and Zoe.
Yay!
Yay.
Consensus.
No one likes clumsy Bailey.
Oh, I didn't like Bailey. She wasn't the she was a very unreliable narrator for me. I was like, I don't mind her talking about her friends, and I don't mind like the interactions that she had, but to lead the story,
She was just blacking out all the time. It was she was falling into stuff and blacking out all the time. Speaking of someone who is just always falling and hurting herself, always covered in bruises and shit, it was a lot even for me.
I'm concerned for her health. Genuinely concerned for her health. She needs to go to a doctor and
Agreed.
get checked out if she keeps passing out so much. And I realise it's because of, magic Sídhe blood, but still, I'm very concerned.
Yeah. I love how Annabelle just was smart, knew everything that was going on. She figured it out and just like, cut the bull crap. This is what's happening.
I like the way that they did to say it to her. Can you just take it from our brains? She's like, no, I need to write it down.
I feel like Annabelle would have been a better main character, I think.
Yes! Yes! Oh, I like that. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's tickled my fancy.
In bed.
I also feel bad for So. She really wanted a combative power so bad. Like, if she and Bailey switched, I think that might have actually worked better if Bailey went with the zigzaggy thing. It worked because she became the fate of life and whatnot. But I think Bailey with the visions of the future and stuff, that probably would have gone better with her personality and everything. And then So with the fireballs.
Yeah.
This whole book would have caught fire.
I think it's fine for Delia to have her transmogrification powers because she's just...
It works.
It just works. But I think you're right. Zoe would have been better suited to fire powers, and Annabelle should have been the leader, and she can keep her psychic powers, and then Bailey could have scried for hot guys.
Yeah, that would have been perfect. And it would have worked with the fairy blood thing because she just would have had more visions of her ancestors doing it.
Yeah.
Which is just a bit nasty, really.
Yes.
Well, she doesn't find out that they are her ancestors till after the fact, so it's not like it's nasty in the moment, just after.
That's true. What about surprises?
Fucking fair. Why did it have to be fairies? As soon as they mentioned the fairies, I just went, oh, no.
I forgot about the fairy aspect with this book. I remember it had something to do with the fates and like the Greek gods. I remembered those aspects of it, but I did not remember the fairy aspect.
Same.
I would have quite liked it to have stuck in one like pantheon.
Yeah.
If it stuck within the Greek pantheon, I think I probably would have liked it a lot more. But if you add fairies, unless you do it right, it's really difficult to win me over when it comes to fairies. You've lost us.
I think if they had stuck in the same pantheon, then we wouldn't have had the she problem.
She sells seashells.
She sells seashells by the seashore. But I am surprised that Alex, the nemesis, wasn't involved more. I feel like Alex would have been the perfect representation of Aleka. Their names are even very similar. So I was just thinking like it would have made more sense instead of Dreamcane being Aleka. Like, why wasn't it Alex? And then they could have fought with her more, and I think that would have been more fun.
Yeah. Aleka.
Yes, I really like that idea. Yes.
Yeah. And she's always wearing a lime green corduroy miniskirt.
God, it was an ugly thing.
And size 2 hot pants.
What kind of hot pants? I can't remember. Was it just like...
I feel like back then hot pants were like bicycle shorts, you know, those like really tight spandex but short shorts.
Cycle short. That's
like
90s.
booty poking out.
That's really 90s. Like even like hot pants, like crop shorts. That's 90s. Like that's what I was wearing as a teenager when I actually had a decent figure.
Well, I mean, she was searching for size 2 hot pants, so it's not like they were just on the rack.
True. Maybe
So
she
maybe-
should have gone to the vintage shop.
Maybe she needed them ironically.
Maybe.
I-
It was ahead of
Ironic
it was felt a
hot
little ahead of
pants.
its time, though. You know, it had a pop-up shop before pop-up shops became a thing.
Yeah, but mall
Maybe she wanted
kiosks.
to wear it to the dance.
Oh no!
Move her
Don't wear hot
booty.
pants. Don't wear hot pants to
take
the
her booty at
dance.
the dance.
I'm
Dance in your hot
surprised.
pants.
I'm going to add on while we're talking about all this, another surprise. There wasn't more Mean Girls references. Because, like, Mean Girls was 2004, and it's based on a book that came out before. And this
Yes.
was, did we say 2007, something like that?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
was kind of expecting more of a Mean Girls reference. Or, like, even it was like, oh, it's Wednesday, we're wearing pink, or something. Even if it was, like, some kind of off-the-cuff, or
To be fair,
Alex's
the book only
plastic or
lasted 3
something. I don't
days.
know. I just kind of I think I would have quite liked if this was redone. I think it would be like if Jennifer Lynn Barnes was given a chance to re-release it with some changes. There'd probably be a heck of a lot more Mean Girls references because it's perfect for Mean Girls.
Do you think that she
True.
would gender swap it, or tell it from Kane's point of view?
Oh my god! Imagine if it was Kane instead.
I'm sorry. I'm just
Yeah.
twilighting. I'm twilighting everything. I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry.
Vampires all the time.
All
All
vampires.
vampires all the time.
Is it time to play Would You Rather now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We asked on social media, would you rather create fire, see the future, transmogrify things, or have psychic mind control? Watch out, it's only temporary. Because if we've got 4 options, we only had polls on Facebook and Instagram. And on Facebook, 50% said transmogrify. And
We're with you,
Instagram-
Jen.
And on Instagram, it was Psychic won with 57%. And we have all the comments. Colin on Facebook said, I don't fancy mind control much, especially if it's only a temp job. Things would get messy. Transmogrifying things seems like fun, but if I have one thing and want another, why don't we just swap? I mean, the barter system was good enough for my ancient ancestors. It can be good enough for me. Seeing the future always feels problematic to me. Do I want to know what's barreling along the track towards me at 100 miles an hour, ready to smear me into jam? Probably not. So the only sensible option left to me is create fire. I could have some fun with that, I think. At the very least, I'd get a barbecue going and burn down a building. An evil building, of course, not a good one like an orphanage. Maybe set fire to some Nazis. You know, cool stuff. And I will say that was also hidden on the responses, so if you did want to read it, you had to unhide it, because apparently setting Nazis on fire
It's frowned
is
upon in
frowned upon on Facebook.
Yeah.
And that tells
Yeah.
you a lot about Facebook.
Yeah.
Katrina on Facebook says, okay, I don't know what transmogrify means, and psychic mind control is too much power. So, since it's temporary, I opt for seeing the future.
Brie on Facebook said, transmogrify, I'd never be without a thing I needed for as long as I had it.
And Real
Fair.
Jackson Ford on Instagram wants to see the future. Probably so he can finish writing his book, because we need them, and then he can tell us what color his 5th Tegan book is going to be, and then it will be the color that I want it to be, and then I will win the bet.
I need to win the bet. We really need to work out a prize.
We do.
Bragging rights. Just bragging rights.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
Transmogrification. Finally get the word right.
You're
I'm
so
doing
good. You're
transmogrification.
so good at saying it now. It's the
So
only
proud.
thing that you're permitted to say for the rest of the episode.
Transmogrification.
Transmogrification.
Transmogrify my tattoo.
Ta-ta, ta-ta.
Attack.
In bed.
Yes. no.
Keeps it
You
in
must
bed. I'm just like, oh
transmogrify
yeah, oh
everything
yeah.
while in bed.
The more you keep saying it, the more I'm likely just to get up and leave and go to bed, because it's nearly my bedtime.
I had a nap before this. I'm good.
Oh, I've had a nap as well. It doesn't stop me from wanting to go to bed. What do I want to do? I think I'm going to go for psychic mind control. because then I can finally, pretend to be a Sith. Jedi. I mean, Jedi. Yes, good side.
Sure. Yes.
I'm going to go for the fun and frolics that psychic mind control offers.
These are not the hot pants you're looking for. I think I'm probably gonna have to pick transmogrification too. Not just because it's a really fun word to say, but it just seems the most practical. It's the most useful. You can turn anything into anything. I would be turning stuff into weird shit all over the place just to fuck
I
with
can
people.
use my psychic mind control to make people bring me all this stuff.
Yeah, and then I'll change it into something else just to fuck with you.
Fine, and we'll get somebody else to set it on fire.
And then we'll just turn into honey.
Yeah, or fruit punch.
Or fruit punch.
Or pudding.
Pudding.
Yeah. We'll just turn everything around you into sticky stuff.
I need to send you some Angel Delight pudding. It's a powder pudding where you add milk or water, I can't remember, and whisk it until it forms into
Jello.
Like Jello?
No,
like
it's not Jello.
pudding?
It's more like a mousse, and it's delicious.
I
It's
think
from my childhood.
they must not have Jello pudding there.
It's called jelly.
No, Jello pudding is a different thing than Jello, the gelatin. Jello pudding is
trifle.
I do love a good trifle.
Yeah. Anyway.
Jello pudding.
It's probably the same. It's like chocolate, vanilla, tapioca, banana, butterscotch. Cookies and cream.
I like tapioca.
There's a cookies and cream one.
I like tapioca. It's a fun word.
It's a fun word. It's a good word. Now I believe that Jello should sponsor the show.
Yes.
It's not going to happen.
Send me the banana
Potentially. It's potentially very similar.
Nobody ever sponsors us when we talk about them.
I mean, we try and manifest it. Nobody's got in touch with Waffle House on our behalf because they're too embarrassed to ask them.
I'm really upset about that.
One day Waffle House will at least give us gift vouchers to go and get breakfast one day.
Yeah, or send us a shirt in the mail or something.
If Waffle House honestly sent me all the merch, I would wear it all the time.
Yeah,
all
and
the merch,
everyone would
all
be
the
like,
time.
"What the fuck is wrong with you?"
I'll be like, but I love Waffle House. Like, what's your favourite meal from Waffle House? I don't know, I've never been. I just love Waffle House. I think I'm the biggest fan of Waffle House who's never been to Waffle House.
I think that you are.
Just don't get the pumpkin waffle when it's seasonal.
No, I'm going for hash browns.
You're there for the hash
cheese.
browns. Yes.
And I feel like I need to get a waffle on the side because it's called Waffle House.
Plain waffle is okay. Plain waffle is fine, but never the seasonal.
Waffle with bacon. I want bacon on the top.
They do have bacon waffle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there we go. I'm sold. I've got my order all set. Waffle House, come on. Manifest. Psychically go, you know what? There's a podcast, I'm sure, that we need to sponsor.
Yes. Maybe they could
at our $200 tier monthly on Patreon, where you can access 24-hour webcam.
Yes,
doesn't exist.
It is now a $200 Patreon tier. Every time we mention it, it goes up in price. I think that Waffle House should just pay for you to come visit.
Yes. And we do a live from Waffle House.
And we do a live from Waffle House. I think that's a really good idea. But also, I think we should probably continue with Would You Rather.
But Waffle House.
Would you rather wear a lime green corduroy miniskirt or mango mermaid nail polish?
Nobody, and I say nobody, needs to see me in a corduroy miniskirt. I have not got the figure for a corduroy miniskirt. My
Even if
ass
it's
will
flag
be
green?
hanging out of a corduroy miniskirt. You will see full frontal vag from a corduroy miniskirt. It is an insult to humanity for me to wear a corduroy miniskirt. So for those reasons, I will go for Mango Mermaid nail polish, and then I get to pick it off because it's really satisfying.
It's one of my favorite things to do is peel off nail
Same.
polish.
Same. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to
Yeah.
wear the lime green corduroy miniskirt, but I'm going to pair my lime green corduroy miniskirt with hot pants. So you don't have, ass on display.
Hot pink.
Fair.
Lime green skirt, hot pink, hot pants.
Oh, no. That's
No, it's not Wednesday.
terrible.
Mango nail polish. I'll do the Mango Mermaid nail polish. Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I actually suspect that you have Mango Mermaid nail polish, Constance. Or have at one point had your hair coloured Mango Mermaid.
Yeah, I believe this to
Yeah.
be true.
I think my hair has been that color. Yeah. I'll search.
I mean,
and
to be
send it
fair,
you.
we could say absolutely any colour, and there was a
And you'd be
high
like, yeah.
probability your hair's been that
My
colour.
hair's been that color.
Yeah, most likely, yeah. There's a good chance of it.
Lime green. Actually, there was that one time you did
Yeah.
kind of go like pumpkin
Yeah.
green.
Yeah, for Halloween last year, I did, the year before last year, because we're in 2024 now. I did a Beetlejuice hair where it was purple and lime green.
It was so
Yes.
good. It was
That
so
was
good.
very nice.
Okay, what's our next question?
Constance, do you want this one?
Would you rather be covered in honey or fruit punch?
Neither.
No. No.
Well, you're gonna have to be covered in something because apparently we keep getting set on fire.
I'm gonna go fruit punch because honey is too flammable for my liking. It's a danger. I'm worried about honey now.
You don't want to get caught in that vicious circle.
I don't want to be caught
Of
in that
honey
vicious
fire.
circle. No, not at all.
Yeah, I think
And-
Claire won me over with that argument. I'll go with fruit punch.
Same.
If it's really sticky honey as well, it could act as a waxing agent as well. You're like, oh, now I've lost. Not only am I on fire and have 3rd-degree burns, I'm waxing parts of my body I did not want waxed.
Yeah,
But I mean, imagine it put it on your eyebrows and then it goes on fire, and you're like, yeah, this is a cool look.
yeah, but that would require you to have eyebrows.
I mean, you're not gonna have eyebrows because it's gonna burn off. It's a vicious circle.
It is. I'm picking
Yeah.
fruit punch too. I don't.
Yeah, Claire, you've won us over.
You really have.
You've made the argument. We all agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are no other words.
Well, I think we need to go for the next argument. Do you want this one, Amanda?
I feel like I might get yelled at.
We won't yell at you.
Yes, you will. Would
So
you
Just what you
rather?
believe in.
Just circumstances.
Would you rather eat pizza or turn your pizza into a salad? I'm turning my pizza into a salad. Fuck all y'all.
Do you know what I had for tea tonight?
Pizza?
Pizza.
Turned into salad?
I had a
know what I'm
ham
gonna
and
make
pineapple
after?
pizza for my dinner tonight. It was delicious.
Guys.
When we're done with this, I'm making pizza.
I am with you, Constance, except the pizza is in my tummy already.
Oh, I just want a nice leafy salad.
A salad is a
like,
lunch, a pizza is a
Then
dinner.
Why didn't
Carrots.
you order it instead of pizza?
Well, because if I'm Delia, I was too busy planning my flirtations with the pizza boy.
Do you know what? Order the pizza, but you know that plastic thing that you get in the middle
The little-
that stops the...
The
The lid.
Barbie table.
Yes.
turn the
Take
Barbie
the
table
Barbie
into it.
table and turn the Barbie table into salad. It's probably going to have as much nutrients as what the salad will have anyways.
Exactly. Leave the pizza for the people that actually want to eat the pizza.
Yeah.
You
Or
know-
just change the topping on the pizza to what you want.
Probably what I would have done in this situation, instead of turning my slice of pizza into a salad, I probably would have changed something else into a salad, because then my 3 friends who were there eating this one pizza with me would have had more pizza to share. So
Yeah.
I will turn my gum wrapper or my sock or whatever into
Yes,
a
eat
salad,
your
and
sock.
then I would eat my
Turn your
sock.
Fine. I can live with that. I'm fine. I can live
Yeah.
with that. But, you know, as long as we get to eat our pizza, you get to eat your salad
I
for
I
the
am
sock.
all for turning something into a salad. I am all for it. Just don't turn the pizza into it where the people who want to eat the pizza can have the pizza.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
ooh. Guess what I've been having on my salads lately, though?
Socks.
The
No. Ranch dressing.
Yes.
And I'm really enjoying it. I'm nearly out.
Yay.
Nobody else is allowed to eat it in my house. It is my ranch dressing.
Do I need
and
to?
I've been very much enjoying it.
Do I need to send you another bottle of ranch dressing?
I'm going to see if I can get ranch somewhere in the UK. I think I'll be able to. But yes,
Okay.
I've been very much... And it was a family-sized bottle. So, you
Hidden
know...
Valley.
I've made it last. I'm making it last. With all the treats and treasures that Amanda sends me food-wise, I make them last. I still have an unopened bag of Laffy Taffy because if I open it, I will just eat the entire thing. So
Fair.
every now and again.
Did you eat all the freeze-dried Laffy Taffy already?
I did. That is gone, but the other packet, I literally still I have it here in the office, ready to go.
Nice.
I even have some left from the previous bag that you got me.
Really? Wow.
I do. This is how much I value. I take my time with all of the treats I get.
That's amazing. I still have one Wispa bar, but I share mine with my husband, and he really likes the Wispas too.
I need to
I
send
share
you more
with no one.
whispers.
I share with no one. It's mine. It's all gone.
Claire,
I ate it.
you know, there's powdered ranch dressing. I could send you a packet of powdered ranch dressing, and then you mix it with, like, you can mix it with yogurt or, like, mayonnaise or sour cream or whatever you want to mix it in. Or you can just, like, put it on top of stuff, like you're making
Season it.
chicken. You could season your chicken with ranch dressing powder.
We're America. We make it happen.
America.
America.
Okay, so I'll send you a bottle of ranch dressing plus a packet of powdered ranch dressing. That would probably be easier and cheaper to send.
You could send a packet of ranch dressing with a stamped envelope.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I can get Paul Newman's own ranch dressing from the supermarket.
That's probably
With his
good.
piercing blue eyes. So you do not need to worry about sending me a heavy bottle in the post.
Okay, I'll send you a packet next
I
time.
will try that one.
Okay, very
Do
good.
quite good.
Send it with the tattoo.
Tattoo. Tattoo. Actually,
tattoo.
Claire's tattoo is coming from the company that we ordered the tattoos from. So,
Direct to
direct
Missed
tattoo.
opportunity.
Okay, should we ask our last would you
Patreon
rather
listeners,
question?
when you get your tattoo and you put it on, you need to take a picture and post on socials.
Please do that, everyone.
Yes. Tag
With
us.
your tattoo.
Will
Tag
do.
at Fictional Hangover.
What's our last would you rather question? I feel like we've really gone off the rails in bed.
Well, you could probably edit out most of the ranch dressing.
Nope, leaving it in. It's a good conversation.
Would you rather be the fate of birth, life, or death? And
Death.
why is it the fate of death?
Death.
Death.
Hands
Death.
down. Death.
Death all the way.
I'll be life. I'll be Aleka. I'll do it. I'll be like, screw you guys and your coupling. I'm going to take a nap in the ocean. I'll be life.
Okay, fine. That's fine.
I'll know all of your desires.
Ooh. Nosy.
If you have been paying attention to our conversation for the past 10 minutes, desires equal ranch dressing and Laffy Taffies.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be sexual.
No, I'm not king shaming. You can do what you want with that ranch dressing.
In bed.
I was just thinking food. I don't even want to know what you're thinking.
Oh, that's
Well,
right. You want to put that ranch dressing on your ham and pineapple pizza, don't you? Oh yeah, yeah you do.
Oh, Claire, have you dipped your pizza into ranch dressing yet, Claire?
No.
That
You
is a
need to
thing.
get on that. You need to get on that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
Bacon
another
ranch pizza is like chicken bacon ranch pizza. You will love it.
So if I get a chicken and bacon pizza from the create your own counter and then dip it in the ranch.
Drizzle it on top of the pizza.
I like dipping it. I recommend
I'm not a
dipping.
drizzler. Even with like ketchup and stuff, I have to put a splodge. And then
I'm a splotch with fries and stuff. But with pizza, when I went to Idaho for my internship back in the day, the only good thing about Idaho was their potato pizza, where they had slices of potato, bacon, the green onions, and drizzle of ranch on it. That's what won me over with ranch to begin with.
I just had that pizza minus the ranch. I don't think there was ranch on it, but there wasn't sauce either. It was just like a buttery crust with scalloped potatoes. So good. It was so good.
This had regular sauce and just drizzle of ranch spiraled on, and it was delicious. Like the perfect amount of ranch.
It's fantastic.
Okay.
I'm really glad this
Well, if I tell the
conversation-
family that we're having pizza again next week, I will have no objections, because in this house we value pizza.
Yeah. Okay.
Same.
Don't turn it into salad. It'll be fine. Everybody will be fine.
No, I'll have a salad at lunchtime, and then if I have a salad at lunchtime, I can have a pizza guilt-free on the night time. I think I'm not,
There you
having too many
go.
calories.
You're
Today,
right.
I didn't even have lunch. I had a huge bowl of cereal at breakfast, late breakfast. So I was full until like 5 o'clock. It was a
Cereal
huge
and
bowl of
pizza.
cereal.
That's
It's
a
amazing.
good day.
And
It's amazing.
it was really adulty malted wheat, because I do not like sweet cereal. I hate sweet cereal. I like the brown ones. Don't kink shame me. It was fibrous and very filling.
That's
Looking shame.
fantastic. And I
And on that,
think
on
with
that bombshell insight
yes.
into Claire, let's move on.
please, let's move on to favorite final thought quote. Please.
I'm going to go first because I'm here.
Okay.
I'm going to give you two. The little freaky alarm inside my head that goes off when freaky stuff happens is going wild. And that is actually happening right now.
It's amazing.
Art meets life. Tell me, she said seriously, did he ask you or your breasts? Delia stuck her tongue out at Zoe. He asked all three of us, thank you very much. That's such a common occurrence.
Okay, what do you pick, Constance?
Oh, I left the quotes to you guys since I did the book recommendations.
Oh, so we just get to tell you all of our favorite quotes and you don't have to share
Yeah.
any? It's fine. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I have to share one with you guys that is so weird. The weirdest thing happened. So I, when I was working on this summary, I used my Libby app and read the ebook. And when I copied and pasted this quote, for some reason, there was like text that attached itself to the text in the book, and it was not there. It did not exist. So just another Friday afternoon at the mall. We totally should have known better. So I copied that. But then when I copied and pasted it, it said sarcastic comment coming from at the end of it. And that is so weird.
Oh.
I
That
know,
is
it's
weird.
Freaky alarm's
haunted.
going off. The freaky alarm's going off.
Yes, the freaky alarm.
Oh.
Anyway, okay. So then I have some other ones. I snorted because as long as I was snorting, I wasn't technically quaking in my boots.
I like that one.
I also enjoy World-endy goodness. Here we come. And I do really appreciate the use of words such as coolies, sureness, and coolness.
For rails with his head.
Yes.
I also appreciate, haven't you ever seen a horror movie?
Yes.
There's so
Yes.
many good quotes in this book.
There was
Yeah,
one
it's
as well
very
that,
quotable.
again, across that life book reality, and it was considering what my job title is. Now, let's get researchy.
I also
Can I
like...
get away with putting that on my email signature at work?
Yes, I think that you should. I also like, you're darned if you do, you're darned if you don't. I couldn't believe I just said that. I might as well have said nifty and gee whiz while I was at it. Nerd!
You're not allowed to sit at the cool table now.
No. Coolies. Coolies, you guys. Coolies.
Ta-ta.
Ta-ta. Oh my God. It's ta-ta. Okay. For the love of all that is holy, let's move on. And let's do if you liked this, try this. And I think...
My time to shine!
It's Constance's time to shine. Now, if everyone will travel back in time to the last time that Constance was on this show, when we talked about this poison heart, I think...
Probably,
she recommended 100,000 books. And then there was a brief time, like 4 years ago, when Constance had her own little picture of her own little face, and she was
I still have it
posting. She posted her recommendations on social media. So, I mean, I just think we should bring that back.
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay.
Because pretty much, you name a book, I can list 3 that you would like to, if you like that, try this.
Okay, so what are you suggesting
I have
this time?
the gift. Okay, well, for starters, the sequel of this book, Fate by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. For the past 2 years, Bailey Morgan has lived a double life. High school student by day, ancient mystical being by night. As the third Fate, Bailey literally controls the fate of the world. But as plain old Bailey, her life is falling apart. She's got a tattoo that was supposed to be temporary, but isn't. Friendships that were supposed to last forever, but might not. And no idea what her future holds after high school graduation. Then Bailey meets the rest of the She, an ancient, powerful race defined by their power, beauty, and a sinister habit of getting what they want at any cost. Before Bailey knows it, she's being drawn into an otherworldly web more complicated than anything she weaves as a mortal fate. And so, yeah, it's kind of like the sequel to Poison Heart, where it has that tone shift, but it is more on the Greek Parthenon than it is on the fairy thing. They just, it's like the Greeks, it's like the Olympians, but they're just using the fairy names for it, so it looks like they've combined it all.
Okay. Kind
Kind of like how they do in the MCU with Thor being a god of thunder, and he's just like whatever he is. They view him as that. That's kind of how they make it feel with the fairy and the Greek gods type feel.
Okay. Well, what else?
So it's not very fairy. Just wanted to give that disclaimer for Claire and whatnot.
Not very fairy. I like that.
Yes. The second one, City of Bones by Cassandra Clare.
No!
I'm sorry. It fits. Fairies, magic tattoos. It fits.
No, I want a hashtag tenuous link TM, not an obvious link TM.
I have that too. I have the sequel, I have a straight up link, and I have a tenuous link.
Okay,
I have all 3, baby.
Okay, share this one with us. Share this one with our listeners while Claire and I go do something else.
In bed. Have some salad with
If
ranch
you
dressing in bed.
If you liked Tattoo, and you wanted something with more meat on its bones, I feel like this book, City of Bones, is very similar to Tattoo, but it has more meat. When 15-year-old Clary Faye heads out to the Pandemonium Club in New York City, she hardly expects to witness a murder, much less a murder committed by 3 teenagers covered in strange tattoos and brandishing bizarre weapons. Then the body disappears into thin air. It's hard to call the police when the murderers are invisible to everyone else, and when there is nothing, not even a smear of blood, to show that a boy has died. Or was he a boy? This is Clary's first meeting with the Shadow Hunters, warriors dedicated to ridding the earth of demons. It's also her first encounter with Chase, a shadow hunter who looks a little like an angel and acts a lot like a jerk. Within 24 hours, Clary is pulled into Jace's world with a vengeance when her mother disappears and Clary herself is attacked by a demon. But why would demons be interested in ordinary mundanes like Clary and her mother? And how did Clary suddenly get the sight? The shadow hunters would like to know too.
Dun, dun, dun.
It fits. Okay. It fits.
Yes.
Okay.
And it fits with the thing. I feel like Tattoo is an appetizer of a book, and like a City of Bones is more of dinner version of it.
But I ask you this, Constance. Does the City of Bones have ranch dressing and pizza?
Yes.
Okay.
Does it?
That's
Yes.
fine. That's all we need.
As someone who has read majority of the series, yes.
Okay.
That's fine then. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has to have literal ranch dressing and literal pizza in it.
Yes. I'm iffy on the ranch, but I'm 100% there is pizza in it.
Okay.
Okay. Next
So-
one.
I'd have to read through
Yeah.
it. I haven't read the series in years.
So you said you've got 3. You've got a hashtag tenuous link. What's your tenuous
Yes, this
link?
is my hashtag tenuous link. This is Sweet Venom, book 1 in Medusa Girls by Tara Lynn Childs. 3 teenage descendants of Medusa, the once beautiful Gorgon, maligned in myth, must reunite and embrace their fates. Grace just moved to San Francisco and is excited to start over at a new school. The change is full of fresh possibilities, but it's also a tiny bit scary. It gets scarier when a minotaur walks in the door, and even more shocking when a girl who looks just like her shows up to fight the monster. Gretchen is tired of monsters pulling her out into the wee hours. But what can she do? Sending the minotaur back to his bleak home is just another notch on her combat belt. She never expected to run into this girl who could be her double, though. Greer has her life pretty well put together. Thank you very much, but that all tilts sideways when 2 girls who look eerily like her appear on her doorstep and claim they're triplets, supernatural descendants of some hideous creature from Greek myth, destined to spend their lives hunting monsters.
That one sounds really fun. That one sounds
Yeah.
the best of all of them.
Yes.
Yeah, like it's a tenuous link. It has the 3. It has 3 thing, like the fates. It has like the Greek mythology ties, like again with the fates, and it has girl bonding, girl bestie bonding stuff.
In bed.
Yes, exactly. And that
It was published
So-
in 2011 as well, so that can tell you a little bit about it. I think when you look at the year of publication, you're like, yes. Hawkeyes.
And Tara Lynn Childs is a really good author, kind of has similar vibes to Jennifer Lynn Barnes. She doesn't take it too seriously, and it's a fun read. She even has a series, a Greek mythology series, where it's descendants of the Greek gods. So I almost went with that one for it too, but I was like, I think Sweet Venom was more fitting for it.
Okay.
Well, we were thinking about doing a Greek myths or something, weren't we? Like a pantheon type one.
Yeah, but we've
theme
done
next
that.
year.
We've done that already, haven't
do
we?
a
I mean,
Greek myths one?
we did, yeah, because we did Percy Jackson and we did Anti-Goddess by
Yeah.
Kendara Blake.
That
Remember?
was
And
ages
Constance
ago
was
as
on.
well.
And Constance was
Yeah.
on all the Percy Jackson episodes.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I'm thinking we're talking about the themes for 2025, which, you know,
Yeah.
There's so
there
many
might be,
themes
there might have been a
in
god
the
to
world.
god. I think there was a gods and goddesses one or something like that. So it might be. I'm just saying for next year, it might be a good one to throw in for something
It's
like
true.
that.
You're right. You're right.
Anywho,
Oh,
do you
yeah.
have a new and indie spotlight that has pizza and or ranch dressing in?
I don't know that it has pizza and or ranch dressing in, but it's entirely possible
Okay,
because
okay,
we
give
are
me-
in New York.
Oh.
So it's
It might be
possible.
bagels.
Could
I'm
be.
sitting in. I'm ready. I'm locked
Okay.
in.
So this one was sent to us just a couple weeks ago. It's coming out on May 14th. This is called Emerson Page and Where the Light Leads. It's by Krista Avampado. And This is actually the second book in her series, but it sounds good and it fits. It's hashtag tenuous link, so we have
I
to
love
share
New
it.
York as well. New York.
Okay. On her 15th birthday, Emerson Page finds herself amid chaos in Times Square on New Year's Eve when she comes face to face with a family friend turned traitor. They begin a dangerous race against time, both willing to give their lives for the lost treasure her mother died trying to protect, an ancient book authored by the Greek Muses that contains the secrets to unlimited creativity. Its wisdom is both a powerful tool and a dangerous weapon. With her best friend and her service dog by her side, Emerson's adventures take her from New York City to Ireland. To find the book, they'll have to convince a series of Celtic mythological creatures to usher them deep below the streets of Dublin, Ireland, into the land of fairies.
Oh, no, hold on.
Tenuous
Ireland. It's Ireland, that's fine. It's fine.
If you're gonna
okay.
have fairies, it has to be in Ireland.
If you're gonna have fairies, exactly, it has to be in Ireland.
Yeah. There, they'll have to convince the fairies to give them the book by exchanging it for a priceless gift of their own before her enemy claims the book and its power for himself. Hashtag tenuous link.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with it. I like it. I like it.
Yeah,
I like
sounds
it.
good.
It means I can do terrible Irish accents and get wrong off actual Irish people. But you never know. There could be loads of spooky ghosts and other haunted things from Ireland. I like it. I like the sound of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, sounds fun.
Okay, so that's it for this episode of Fictional Hangover. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Claire.
And I'm Superfan Constance.
Join us next time as we discuss Quince by Sebastian Kadelsik, Kit Steinkellner, and Emma Steinkellner. Look out for our Would You Rather polls and monthly challenges on social media. Don't forget about our book club on Discord. Be sure to visit our shop on Redbubble at fictionalhangover.redbubble.com for all your favorite Fictional Hangover-themed merchandise, and become a patron of ours on Patreon at patreon.com/fictionalhangover. Until next time, remember, the only cure for a fictional hangover is another book.
You can find us at fictionalhangover.com. Follow us on Instagram, Threads, TikTok and YouTube at Fictional Hangover. And find us on Facebook at facebook.com/fictionalhangover. If you like this episode, check out our others and be sure to rate, review and subscribe so you don't miss out. And finally, special thanks to Liz Emerson for our music. You can find her on Facebook and Patreon. Thanks for listening.